Good morning, guys. For those of you who'd like to boost your immune system, like I'm doing, go to Alaska Chaga in the description box, click on that link, and find out why millions of people drink Chaga tea every day. And remember, for those of you, you get 10% off and free freight from Alaska Chaga. Also, for those of you who'd like to get or help our veterans, go to Hero Soap Company. They're owned by vets, and they give part of their profits to veterans down on their luck. And then for those of you who'd like to learn more about CBD products, go to martinbrodellcbd.com. It's a great way to support the channel and help your own health. Also, for those of you who would like to start your own CBD business within a great company, just send me an email and I will send you the name and the phone number of the individual to get a hold of, and they will get you on your way. It's a company that is very supportive of President Trump, and they've met with him. So let's go ahead and dig into some of the news here. So John Roberts, he once again shows he's a spineless authoritarian coward. Yes, he is for sure compromised. Of that, there is absolutely no doubt. He says, I regret to inform you, or they say, I regret to inform you that Chief Justice John Roberts is doing John Roberts things again. The once proclaimed conservative judge, who was appointed by George W. Bush, has become a mainstay of the liberal wing of the Supreme Court, though the media will still describe him as joining them as if he doesn't have permanent residence there. And as we know, he does have permanent residence there because he has been greatly compromised by the deep state. They own him lock, stock, and barrel. And whatever it is, it apparently has something to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Let's move on to, and then almost 40% of the Marines refuse to take the jab. They have no desire to take it. And that's about, I think, what it's always been, somewhere around there for the general population as well. I think a little more than half the population has always gotten the flu shot, and they don't see any reason to not take this one, and so it runs about the same. But as I always say, do some research. Do some research. We still live in a free country. It's getting less free. It was getting more free there for a while, and now it's gone the other way. So President Trump, whenever you're ready to come back into the picture, that would be a good time. Arizona AG, Kamala Harris ignored an invitation to tour the border. Attorney General Mark Brnovich slams border czar over lack of interest in crisis. Well, to them, for these Democrats, there is no crisis. Everything is going along as planned. So they don't see any reason to get upset, and then moving on, Black Lives co-founder Patrisse Cullors has just purchased a lavish new home in an exclusive California neighborhood that only has a population of 1.4% black residents. Wait a minute. This woman is all about black people, though. She don't like white people. And yet she moved into an area that is basically all white. And as it says here, self-described Marxist Cullors has come under fire for splashing out $1.4 million to buy the property in a posh area that is 88% white. Tell me this, where did she get the money? Yeah. And as it says, it's an interesting move for the race-baiting activist who frequently pays lip service to promoting black pride and investing in black communities. And the home is located in Topanga Canyon, an idyllic, rustic neighborhood about 48 minutes outside of Los Angeles and less than 30 minutes from Malibu. And it says Cullors' new home sits on 1/4 of an acre and has 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. The property also has a separate 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom guest house. Isn't that nice? Wow. Shouldn't we all be able to afford that? But what is most interesting is that the BLM co-founder chose to live in Topanga, where less than 2% of the population is black. Sports journalist Jason Whitlock, who is himself black, sarcastically called out Colors for her blatant hypocrisy. And he says, Black Lives Matter founder buys $1.4 million home in Topanga, which has a black population of 1.4%. She's with her people, he tweeted Friday in a now removed post. I guess ESPN or others didn't like what he had to say. Who knows? Whoever he works for. And then Hunter Biden indulged in drug and prostitute binge while guarded by Secret Service. American taxpayers footed the bill for Biden's depravity. You know, you look at this guy's teeth from before. I mean, it's the teeth of a drug addict. And now, of course, he's gotten brand new ones. But, I mean, it's just, as they say here, Hunter stayed in West Hollywood's Jeremy Hotel for 7 days, ordering room service each night. I mean, what is going on here with the Secret Service? They need to be done away with. It's no wonder President Trump had his own bodyguards. I wouldn't have trusted the Secret Service either. And then in Egypt, a Muslim man butchered a Coptic Christian woman and her toddler son with a machete, as if he were slaughtering chickens, said eyewitnesses. He also unsuccessfully tried to slaughter the Christian woman's young daughter. The facts are currently sparse. The incident occurred on April 3rd in the streets of Minya Gouvernante, Egypt. The name of the murderer, a tuk-tuk driver, is Abu Muhammad al-Harami. His victims are Mary Saad and her 6-year-old son, Karas. May they rest in peace. It says, when their paths crossed in the streets, he made threatening and derogatory comments to the mother. She responded by saying that she would report him to the police, at which point Abu leapt on Mary with his machete, butchering her and her son. Her 4-year-old daughter fled and hid, as did the murderer, who was reportedly arrested 4 days later. Good grief. I tell you what, Satan has such a lock on so many of these people. Man, I mean, he's just locked in. Satan owns so many of these people today. Fortunately, we way outnumber them. This is Breitbart here. Britons pay respects to Prince Philip. Gun salutes mark beginning of mourning. And there's a lot of people in Great Britain who are getting more fed up with the royal family as the years pass by. And then when they find out what we think he was a part of and what has been proven that he's a part of, they're going to really not look kindly on him. And then Woke Blue checkmark Twitter expresses delight after death of Prince Philip. Really? Wow. I wouldn't have thought that they would be happy about his death, but whatever. And then BBC opens a page for complaints about too much coverage of Prince Philip's death. Interesting. Bernie has serious concerns with Biden's proposed budget. Well, a lot of us do, Bernie, not just you. Levi Strauss, CEO, we put our money where our mouth is on voting laws. And I'll say this, all these people going against voter ID, I tell you what, they got the majority of the people are going against them. Padilla, Dakota's having more representation in Senate than California should change. And no, it was meant to be that way for a reason. And then recently captured Gulf cartel boss was a Mexican border city cop. Wow. Yeah, that's why people down there don't trust the police, and it's getting to be that way everywhere around the world because the police are enforcing these stupid laws, these stupid mandates. A migrant woman rescued on Texas ranch near border. Another woman dies. Yeah, that does not bother Joe Biden at all. He doesn't even know where he's at. Afghan migrants arrested in Sweden suspected of plotting terror attack. And yeah, Sweden is in a mess with all their migrants. Italian Premier brands Turkey Erdogan a dictator. He is a dictator. We've known that for a long time. Swedish police investigating migrant boat deaths detain 5. North Korean dictator calls for arduous march to overcome economic woes. I don't know that that's going to do it, but and then science. Some MLB stadiums fully open, others still limited. The ones that would be limited would be mostly Democrat-run states. And then, and by the way, speaking of North Korea, I think Kim Jong-un looks forward to President Trump and really starting to get North Korea going economically. And then back in business, WrestleMania ready to rumble with the fans. And Charles Hurt, the millionaire Biden's incredible white privilege. Ain't that the truth? Not to mention Pelosi and all her ilk. Talk about white privilege. Man. Yeah, now if you want to see some white privilege, and you want to see some political privilege, and some corrupt privilege, you just take a look at it at our politicians. White, black, brown, it don't matter. Take a look at all of them. You talk about privilege. Yeah, that is a privileged group of people that needs to become unprivileged. That is all for now. God bless you all. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, guys.